Hey loves, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be checking out this interesting video from Brett Cooper, and it's titled The Awakening of American Women. And you guys, let's check this video out.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. So it has become very common to just dunk on women, especially coming from the political right. And to be honest, there is a lot to own them on. You know, feminism and hookup culture, the way they vote, you name it, there's a problem with women. People are going to talk about it, but it's not all women. And it's wrong to assume that it is. And you also don't win by straight up attacking half of the population. You win by amplifying and supporting positivity and showing cautionary tales with empathy. And today we have some awesome wins to amplify because all over my social media, I see women waking up. But before we dive into this, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the comment section channel if you have not already, and then ring that notification bell so that you never miss one of our episodes. All right, so I have a ton of videos here, so you just need to bear with me for a bit because I just want you to see what I'm seeing on my social media. So this first one is a young woman on TikTok telling her 200,000 plus followers why she left the left. Just watch.
People always ask me, hey, Chelly, what made you walk away from the Democratic Party / liberalism? It was a process. It started when I first started paying taxes.
Imagine that. You grow up, you get a job, you become an adult, and you realize they're taking all of your money, and you're poor because of the government. Not because of anything you're doing. I mean, sometimes it is because of the things you're doing, but a lot of the time, it's because of the government.
Yeah.
And then my hate for Democrats got a lot worse when I started looking into government spending and I realized how they spent our money. For example, do you know that over the last 5 years, California has spent over $20 billion on the homeless crisis? Now, if you live in LA, you're wondering, hey, where did that money go? Because it's only gotten worse. They can't tell you how those $20 billion were spent. They don't know where they went. They can't even tell you if those $20 billion were effective.
That's because it went to executive salaries, because it was funneled into nonprofits with executives that make hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it went to paying them, not actually fixing the problem. And that's basically the government in a nutshell.
They're incapable of balancing a budget. Instead of reining in their spending, do you know what they're doing? They're increasing taxes on the average American, meaning that more of the hours you work aren't going to be for you or your family, they're going to be for someone else. And you know who's getting screwed the most? Middle-class, hard-working Americans.
Correct.
And that's the tip of the iceberg. That's just a financial side, and it does get worse. When it comes to what Democrats, how they're trying to groom children in schools, it's disturbing.
Very
Spitting
disturbing.
facts. I mean, this is like common sense. This should be common sense. And yet this is some radical walking away from the Democrat Party because that is how extreme so many of them have become.
Yeah.
Really no reason that the government and the school system should be transitioning a young minor, encouraging them to get surgeries, encouraging to get medical treatments that they can't take back without the consent or knowledge from the parents. Actually, they help hide this from the parents.
And that's the most horrifying part.
Very
and this doesn't just
horrifying.
happen in the gender ideology, sexuality space. Like schools are medicating kids for mental illnesses and ADHD without telling parents. And they think that's okay. They've just gotten so comfortable with subverting parental authority. And that's being driven by one political party. I mean, she did not have a single miss in that video. 2 minutes of straight facts. And she is not alone. That is the point that I want to drive home today. She's not alone. And not every video will be as direct or straightforward or hard-hitting as hers, but they are making their voices heard. Just look at this.
Growing up is realizing that Donald Trump, you might not agree with the man socially or morally. However, that motherfucker got it on lock when it comes to the economy. Listen. Don't cancel me. Don't shoot the messenger. Sexy Red said it, so I'ma say it too.
And what she said on the video is Republican is the new spring trend, just saying. And then she's like, I'm sorry, but like, I need a job. Yeah. And she's not wrong. If you want to be a thriving adult in society right now, we need a better economy.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden is not giving us that. Here's another one.
My biggest issue with liberals is that they literally hate our country. They hate the country that they live in. And it never made any sense to me. Like, if you don't like it here that much, pack a bag and leave.
They'll always threaten that, but they'll never do it. I'm going to leave if Trump gets elected. I'm going to leave this time. I'm really going to leave in 2024 if he gets elected. No, you're not. Because deep down, you know that we've got it good. Deep down, you know that this still is the most free place on earth. You don't actually want to leave. You just like being angry and making yourself out to be a victim.
These liberals see the state of our country and they still think that he is doing a good job, and they're going to go vote for him again.
Again, straight facts. Here's another.
The fake news said my personality would get us into a war. I'm telling you, my personality is what kept us out of war.
There's not a single Trump hype edit that I will scroll past. I will say, and I will watch every single one of them. It gets me so fired up, just like this girl is saying. On her video, she said, it's not cute or trendy to hate on Trump anymore. Don't be foolish and vote Trump 2024. And it's so important to note, guys, these are not political accounts. These are not girls that have like MAGA in their bio or, you know, right-wing political commentator or my takes on culture. These are just random, normal girls, some with followings, some with not. They're just normal women getting online and sharing their thoughts. It genuinely feels like the fog has been lifted.
Wow, you guys, what are your thoughts on this video? I'm so glad that a lot of women are gradually seeing the truth for what it is, because everywhere I go on the internet, I hear a lot of Americans complaining about how bad their economy is. And once an economy becomes bad, that means the government has failed. And voting in that government again is going to be a grave mistake. But let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. I'm glad that the lid has been lifted off their eyes and they can see the truth for what it is. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below and let's continue watching, you guys.
And the response on every single one of those videos that we just watched has been overwhelmingly positive. The way I'm voting is based off of what I've seen happen under both of them. Comparing my quality of living under each is how I'll determine my vote. Great way to do it. And I think we all know which way that vote will go, because I think we're all living in this economy. Another girl said this. Another one said yes. Another girl said, say it louder for the people in the back. Another girl said, these are facts. That man can call me whatever he wants. Don't care. He isn't sitting at my dinner table as long as I can live comfortably. Another girl said absolute facts. So it's not even men in the comment section being like, yes, I love seeing a conservative girl or a girl with common sense. It's other women hyping these girls up on social media. And on top of this, it's not even just normal girls with no followings. Like, even big pop culture internet celebrities are comfortable toying with the idea of supporting him, which, guys, 4 years ago, 8 years ago, was outlawed. I mean, just listen to what this ex-Barstool podcaster had to say. This is Alex Bennett.
I was mad at Donald Trump for a very long time. I just watched the Jake Paul trailer interview. I don't know. Is there something refreshing about the guy?
Yes.
Is that because I'm comparing him to Joe? Yeah. Like, I'm still mad at him. I don't want to say I miss him, but do I miss him? I don't miss him, but do I like watching his content? Why is the president making content?
Yeah.
Where is that? Is he going to win the election? Am I going to vote for him? I don't think so. Maybe.
The fact that this video was able to be posted and kept up, like her caption was, I'll probably leave this up for like 6 seconds. She's left it up for weeks at this point, again, because the response has been incredible. There was not a single negative comment. It was all people being like, yeah, you know, you're right. I don't really remember why I was mad at him. I know that I was better off then than I am now. Like, it's just wild. This country might still be a mess, but a lot has changed in the last 4 years. Like, 4 years ago, I was hyperventilating about posting something where I spoke out against lockdowns or how I wasn't going to vote for Biden because the threat of losing friends and an entire career was real. I mean, cancel culture was the thing that I was the most afraid of. That's why I almost didn't want to take the job here at Daily Wire and start the show, because I was literally petrified that I was going to lose everything. It is not the same today. Things have changed in a major, major way. And the numbers back it up, especially in regards to women. This report came out in April and it was just super interesting. Survey, most young women hold conservative beliefs, but hide them. Now, specifically, the survey found that 79% of women think a stay-at-home mom is equal in success to women in a professional field, which we never hear because we only hear the feminists screaming about girl bosses and how they don't want to be moms and how they think that kids are crotch goblins, whatever they're calling them. They also found that 74% think that kids should have the opportunity to attend a school of their choice, regardless of their zip code. That's school choice. 71% oppose transgender surgeries for minors. Again, a very common sense, rational take. 68% plan to be married with at least one child by the time they're 30. 64% think that hookup culture is harmful to women. So why do we keep pushing it? Why do we keep lying to the next generation? If that's what we believe and that's what we know. Last one. 62% oppose men competing in women's sports. TLDR, based on this survey, more women have traditional or common sense conservative values. They just won't or don't want to label themselves as conservative or Republican, which is fine. I don't care how you label yourself as long as you're not wanting to harm children and lying to women about what's good for them. And what we just read there in that survey, those are not even crazy political right-wing takes. They just go against what has become the general left-wing narrative. Like, that is how radical it's gotten over there. And as you can probably infer from those numbers, a lot of women have been pushed over the edge by the trans issue. Maybe things like the Title IX changes that Biden did. Watch this.
Hey, happy Monday. I also heard, and I forgot to bring this up in my earlier video, that the Title IX, which was, supposed to protect women in sports, that the Biden administration decided to change it up. Let me make this really abundantly clear for everybody that's watching. And I want you to hear me really, really carefully when I say this to you. Ready? Getting laws changed and forcing your way into female spaces, okay? It doesn't prove to the world that you're a woman. What it proves is to the extent of male power, privilege, and entitlement.
I mean, the whole feminist issue has been flipped on its head. There's now this huge divide in feminism. There's the feminists that are moving forward with progressivism that have latched onto the transgender issue. And then there's women that have been labeled as TERFs because they're not in support of that, because they're not in support of biological men being in their spaces, which, in my opinion, is the correct way to look at it, because feminism, by definition, is equality of the sexes, of making sure that men and women are on equal playing fields. Not that men now get to come in and trample over everything that we've built and worked for. It literally does not make sense by the definition, the original definition of feminism, to be on that new progressive side of feminism, whatever it is, the 5th wave, 6th wave. I don't even know what wave we're on anymore.
What are your thoughts on this video? I totally agree with Brett Cooper on this. A lot of women actually have conservative values, but they don't want to come out. They don't want to say it out because they don't want to be cancelled. Hence, they pretend to be liberals at heart. Meanwhile, they are as conservative as it can get. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and let's wrap this video up, you guys.
And then on top of the Title IX changes, maybe it's stories like this, where the Canadian Cancer Society issued an apology for using the word cervix when they were discussing cervical cancer. Instead, moving forward, they will use the term front hole so that they do not trigger biological men. That is absurd. No wonder women are angry. I mean, women are getting more fed up than ever, and they are getting bolder as a consequence. I mean, more and more videos like this are coming out.
The people here are so kind. I feel very safe here. It's a little sad that I had to leave my country to feel safe.
Dylan's talking about Peru.
Eventually.
Okay, so for some reason, every time I try to stitch Dylan's video, it just mutes me. So we're gonna try this. So Peru just passed a bill that classifies any transgender, non-binary, or intersex people as mentally ill. I don't know if you guys remember, but Dylan Mulvaney fled the United States to go to Peru to feel safe. But now Dylan would be considered mentally ill if Dylan were in Peru.
Now, this video is relatively unbiased, but you can kind of infer what she's saying here. Obviously, she used a specific clip from Dylan's video. Obviously, she's making a point. And guys, the comments under this video were insane. Like, I was genuinely shocked. I think I'm still in the position where I'm expecting the worst every time I open a comment section, but I opened it up and it was not people screeching or defending Dylan. These are the comments. Yes, Peru. Ooh, I like Peru. So are we all going to Peru now? And again, every one of these is from a woman. It was all women responding saying, this is great. I mean, literally, guys, a year ago, exactly a year ago, I was getting regular death threats and about to be kicked off of YouTube for talking about Dylan Mulvaney. And now, guys, videos are running rampant on TikTok where people are straight up dissing Dylan Mulvaney. I mean, using Dylan in these types of trends where you talk about the things that you hate or you dislike about this country, like so bold, and getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of views and likes. Here's another one that was very spot on.
Real quickly, just so we're all clear and on the same page, I hope every single woman who decided they would rather be with a bear than a man is also in agreement with those of us who would rather men not be in spaces designated for women.
Wow, what do you say after that one?
Simple.
Brutal, savage, wrecked, absolutely taken down.
I mean, spot on. And again, that's being consistent. That is just having common sense. And if you don't know what she's referring to, click the link in the description. We have an entire episode about the man versus bear debate. It's super interesting, and you'll understand that her point is just chef's kiss and desperately needed in that conversation. What I'm trying to convey here, the whole point, is that on the whole, men are still more conservative. They will always vote more conservative, but do not give up on women. Like, the tides are turning. I see it every single day. We are just as fed up with the economy. We are just as fed up with our country being a global embarrassment. We are terrified about our government drafting us now for their wars overseas, and we're enraged that we are being silenced and forced to take major steps backwards for the sake of men who call themselves women.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting one from Brett Cooper. And as always, she has said nothing but the truth in this video. I'm so glad that the real women are coming out to speak up on how badly people are treating the real women, because they want to treat the small minority of people who call themselves women better. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I really had fun reacting to Brett Cooper, and I believe you guys also enjoyed watching. If you did enjoy watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.